for joining the Economic Development Subcommittee. So I want to call the meeting to order, and I want to say thank you for everyone joining us. And we are here to talk about, and I think Dan is joining us. Kathy, thank you for being on.
Are all the committee members present?
Want me to do a quick roll call?
Yeah, make sure they're all on.
Okay, so Deb Whitfield, Chair. We have Sharon Freeman.
Here.
And we have Councilor Tyrell Giles.
Yes, here.
And we have Councilor Lauren Russell.
Here.
And then we have, that's the committee. And joining us this evening also is Councilor Maria Rosamoff. And our presenter is Mr. Dan Zermer. Can you correct me with your last name because I'm butchering it? I apologize.
I'm Deborah. It's just Zerner.
Zerner. Okay, thank you. And then we have administration. Fenwick is with us. Mr. Fenwick.
Thank you. I couldn't tell on my screen, so.
That's okay. Thank you. Thank you for joining. We know that all our meetings, and then we have our counselor, our legal counsel, Chris Wheeler, with us today too, Kathy.
Okay.
We are here to.
You may want to ask if there's anybody in the room. Since it's pointed at the ceiling, I don't think there's any members of the public or any council members there, but we couldn't see it if we were.
Thank you. Do we have anyone in the public assembly room? Okay.
Guess not.
Guess not. The meeting was in regard to resolution number 11/2020, a resolution approving the sales of property owned by the Lawrence Redevelopment Commission. So Kathy, that's what we're working with today. I would like, thank you. I would like to ask Mr. Dan, would he go ahead and take the floor and present the information for the committee to consider?
Thank you, Deborah. Has administration given me permission to share the screen, please?
Yes.
Thank you. Actually, I'm still disabled. Garrett, if you're hiding behind the screen. So there's actually two different sets of properties that we're talking about that are in this resolution. Let me get mine out here. The first one is 4711 German Church Road. We've talked about this property before. This came to you all, and if my memory serves me correct, in around 2015 in a tax sale. We can pull up the tax record if you want to be more specific, but this did come from a Marion County tax sale. At the time I became involved, there were these three buildings which have since been totally leveled. The site's been filled. There's basements have been filled. It's all prepared for sale. This is approximately a 3-acre parcel. It's very unique, and it's a single-family residence 3-acre, which is very unusual. It's my view that this should be returned to the tax roll. It should be developed per the zoning. There shouldn't be any zoning changes required. It should be a very desirable piece of property. It's required that we put it out for public offering. It's advertised in the paper, and we have had 3 or 4 parties express interest in it that will forward the same public offering. The public offering documents have been prepared by Ashley Hopper. By the way, the Redevelopment Commission does have new counsel. It's Bruce Donaldson at Barnes and Thornburg. He'll be assuming our legal work going forward. But this property will be offered at $90,000 as a minimum offer. I've also put covenant restrictions to it that development has to occur within 2 years, or the redevelopment commission has the option of buying it back at 60% of the purchase price. The reason behind that is we don't want an investor to buy it and just let it sit and doesn't create any value for the city and doesn't get developed. We want to be sure that this gets developed and gets developed right away to accomplish our objectives. So I'll take any other questions relative to this parcel. This is the first of two sets of parcels that you have on your resolution number 11.
Thank you. Can you, I do have a question. Can you tell me the zoning of this area, of this property on German Church?
Family residential.
Family residential, thank you. Does anyone else have any questions? Any other counselors?
Counselor Russell here. I do have a question. So with selling it, so just explain this to me. So we're wanting to sell this back, like sell this for $90,000. Is that correct?
It's a minimum of $90,000.
Okay, because I'm asking because I just briefly looked up the Zestimate, which I get just kind of like it's just the, yeah, you know, on it. And it does look like it's up for like $144,595. So I didn't know, like, is this with the intent, if we're selling this property at a minimum of that, is it to ask like the person, are they going to need to come in and level the property and just start over and build up? Like that's just my question. Like, what's the intent of the property if this is going to go for personal use? Can they use the house that's there? Are they going to have to level it?
I'm sorry, you must have missed my opening statement. We have leveled all the structures.
You have, okay. I heard it, but it wasn't 100% clear. So I'm glad that you clarified that. Thank you.
We've leveled it and prepared it for basic development, so.
Okay, that answers it. Thank you so much.
Yeah, and I think it's a good question, and to add to that, state statute requires that we get at least the average of two appraisals, which we've done. Those appraisals came in at around between $50,000 and $60,000, but we spent $30,000 or so in the demolition of the property, so we've set a minimum value on it of $90,000. And what we require in the offering documents is not only the price, we require them to demonstrate what they intend to do with it, what it will look like, what the investment will be, and when it will be constructed.
Dan,
Thank you so much.
Dan, do we have an idea of what they're going to put on this parcel, on these 3 acres?
No, we really do not, although, I mean, we can speculate. All of us believe that this will be bought by a person of reasonable means, that there aren't many pieces like this. My guess is this will be a really nice, large home with, you know, it could have a stable, it could have an outbuilding, it could have a mini ranch. It kind of fits with what you see around it. I think this will be a very nice, large, single-family development. That's
Do you think maybe the developer might put like maybe 10 houses in there?
No, it's not zoned for that.
Okay.
Do you have any other
questions on this well enough? All right, if it does, I'm going to go to the next one.
Okay.
Once I figure out my technology. Kind of lost my screen here somehow.
Take your time.
Oh, I've got it split in 2, that's why. Okay, I'm gonna stop the share. There we go. Now we'll share a different screen. All right, the second set of parcels is this set here. I hope you can see. When you follow my mouse, it's these 3 parcels right here. They all go together as one offering. This sits a half a block north of Pendleton Pike on Franklin Road. You may have recalled some of the discussion when I was in front of you the first time, and in my first report were The city actually allowed these to grow up into the adjoining buildings and into kind of a jungle. We spent a lot of money cleaning this up. Jim Hennigan was a huge help. We've got this down to where it's very presentable now. If you drive by it, you'll see a for sale sign right in here. But these are 3 parcels that ought to be commercial buildings and developed commercially, that we, again, don't want to go through the maintenance nightmare we had in the past, that we need to get moved. We have had some interest expressed by some commercial developers. The total appraisal on these 3 parcels is between $35,000 and $45,000. We'll probably offer it for $50,000 as a minimum offer, with the same caveats that construction has to occur in 2 years. We have not developed the offering documents on this. We're waiting on you to approve the sale of these properties. So it's just a straightforward sale of commercial property that the city shouldn't be owning, that ought to be in private hands. And that's really all I have to say about that one.
Entertain any questions for Dan?
So I would simply appreciate your support. We've spent the money for the appraisals. We've got these ready to go. I just appreciate the support of this committee to authorize the RDC to sell these properties.
Dan, quick question. Do you think you'll be able to have these sold by the end of this year, 2020?
No, because it requires a certain amount of time for the offering. We haven't issued the offering. We haven't advertised them yet.
Okay.
So I think it'll occur. I think the German Church Road property will probably be sold by, let's say, or at least we'll accept offers by probably the end of January, and probably won't make a decision until the February RDC committee, because we usually like to review the proposals. So I'd say it'll be completed by 1st of March or in the March timeframe. By the time we get the offering on the commercial properties on the left, it's probably more like April or May of next year, because we do have quite a few late statutes and offers developed and legal work to do, but we don't want to move forward until we have your blessing.
Okay. Any other questions?
We do have the offering paperwork ready to advertise on 4711.
I understand we're not in the business of being real estate owners, so.
No, these are actual windfalls from Marion County to the city, and we need to take advantage of that and get it back on the tax rolls.
Okay.
Madam Chair,
Yes, Councilor Giles?
I would like to make a motion that we approve these proposals and move them to recommend them to full council for approval.
I have a motion on the table. Do I have a second?
I'll second it.
Kathy, did you get that?
Yep, I got that.
All right, we'll do a roll call vote. A motion has been made in second to recommend these 2 parcels be submitted to full council. Let's do a roll call vote for that, please. And I'll start with saying yes.
Councilor Russell,
Yes.
Councilor Giles,
Yes.
Councilor Freeman,
Yes.
it's unanimous.
All right.
Thanks, Councilor Giles and the whole group. I really appreciate it. I would like to ask you, I had made the commitment to provide you an update report. I've sent 2 of those now. Is that the kind of information you were looking for?
Yes.
Yes.
Yes, sir. Very thorough.
you.
Very good.
That was really good. Thank you.
Okay.
Great job.
Yeah.
All right, so then that's all the business that we have in front of us. I would like to call the meeting adjourned.
Thank you very much.
Thanks, everybody. Have a good evening.
Thank you. Have a good
Have a
evening.
good evening.